KJ, where are we? Look at me.
Telegraph Cove.
And we are just setting out, a bit of a debacle because it's very low tide today, so we have to change our location to get in the water. But we're in the water at what time? It's 7:30?
Yeah, about that.
7:30 a.m.?
Yep.
We're about to cross here. We're here, and we're gonna cross to here, and then try to avoid the. We're gonna get the end of the ebb tide going that way. We're just left Telegraph Cove, crossing Johnstone Strait to Hansen Island. Pretty calm. We're moving at 6.2 kilometers an hour with not much effort. And now, called Marine Traffic Services in Victoria to make sure there's no big vessels. Some of those big cruise ships move at 40 kilometers an hour, and there are none coming down right now. That's good, and no other large vessels. So good to cross Johnstone Strait. Maybe we'll even see a whale if we're lucky. And I notice Kate is wearing a different PFD. Her old PFD is, well, it's somewhere at home, but she needed a new one anyways. That was our excuse. So we have a nice purple PFD. And the skirt's not on. We have the skirt with us. Maybe we'll put her on tonight. All right, so here we go, across to Hansen Island. We are now in Blackfish Sound on the other side of Hansen Island. We had some fun getting through the passageway between at the edge of Hansen Island because the current has already changed, so it's against us. So we are down to 3.5 km an hour for a few minutes. We managed to get squeezed through, and now we're going to go eventually across to Swanston Island through another passageway, which should be fine, and then to our campsite for the night. The weather is cool, but comfortable. We saw porpoises in Johnstone Strait, a whole bunch of them. Swanston Passage. We're a little bit against the water movement here. We're under 5 km an hour right now. It's very pretty, very quiet. Here is how you eat breakfast in a canoe. Because this morning we didn't have breakfast, and we're 16 into our journey and about to make our breakfast. Paddle, bagel,
Extra salt on it.
a little bit of salt. That's called a rosemary rock salt bagel. And I'm gonna have my bagel in the canoe. I have peanut butter, I have jam. I cut a piece of bagel, dip it in the peanut butter, dip it in the jam, and eat it all up. There you go. Hi, we're at Owl Island at the South Campsite. KJ and I arrived about an hour ago. We did about 20 kilometers today, starting from Telegraph Cove, across Johnstone Strait, and here we are at, that's the last body of water we crossed. And here we are. And on the way, we saw a whale. We heard a lot of whales. And we saw one whale, and we saw porpoises, and all kinds of other little creatures. And here's our campsite. It's kind of in the dark, kind of shady. And KJ's getting my lunch. This morning, we kind of left in a hurry because we really wanted to get across Blackney Passge through the plumpers before the current turned against us. So we kind of hurried because it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and the weather's terrific. The weather is amazing. The water was calm and no wind today, and we're really happy to be here. It's a long walk to the put-in from here. We gotta walk all the way down there. Very, very low tide this morning. A little disconcerting paddling in the fog. We're heading north to Sedge Islands. And a few minutes ago, a boat passed right in front of us. I did radio him to tell him we were here, but he didn't pay any attention. But we are on a course, and we know where we're going. Just can't see anything. Still in the fog, but it's really cool because there's little islands in the fog around us, and there's all this kelp beds, and there's current, and it's spooky. Sometimes you get vertigo and you can't see any land.
What's that?
Hey?
Something jumped in the water.
Seal, maybe? I haven't seen any seals yet, strangely enough. We have emerged from the fog. Made a brief stop at Crib Island campsite for the rest of our breakfast. The sun's out. We're going to head across Trainer Passage in a few minutes, and then a 2 kilometer, maybe 3 kilometer crossing of Fife Passage, if there's no fog there. Then we'll follow the coast all the way to the Polkinghorns. We still have, 15K to go, at least. We've done 13 so far today. It's very beautiful in here, as you can see. You have these cool polka dot rock formations. We avoided that. If you're wondering what that is, those are sea lions. And we're in, this is Fife Sound, we're about to cross Fife Sound. We had a lot of fog this morning, my goodness, navigating by GPS. And then we're going to follow that far shore for about 10 kilometers to the Polkinghorns. Listen to those guys, man. We avoided that place like the devil. A humpback just passed by as well. Crazy. We're paddling along the shore of Nowell Channel. This is looks pretty. We have a long way to go to get to the Polkinghorns. But it's pretty and it's calm here. We just saw a humpback whale. We're maybe 100 feet away from it. That's pretty cool. We are on No Name Island in Nowell Channel. And you ask, how did we get here? Why are we here? Our goal today was to go to the Polkinghorns, about 12 kilometers that way. We've already come 24 kilometers this morning, or today. And we started out in a very, what do you call, we started out this morning in a deep
Fog!
fog.
Pea soup.
Deep pea soup fog, and we spent so much time looking at the GPS to figure out where we were, which island, and how do we get across this 1 kilometer section with nothing in front of us but fog. And then we finally came to Crib Island, where we had a snack, and we left there in sunshine, and we crossed Fife Inlet just over there.
Fife Sound.
Huh?
Fife Sound.
Fife Sound, thank you. Fife Sound just down over there. We saw a bunch of humpbacks. We saw a colony of sea lions barking like crazy. And we're paddling along here at 4 or 4.5K an hour at times, 3.5 even at one point. And we finally got to shore. We were paddling at 5.5. And I do the calculations. There were 12 more kilometers after 25 kilometers. Oh no.
Wasn't it 14 more?
14 more kilometers. Like, oh no. From here it's 12 more. I was like, hey, look at that island. I bet we can camp there. And so here we are. And I'm about to have a roast beef sandwich. And watch for whales.
Yeah, whale watching.
We saw one 100 meters away from us today. And we're in a private lagoon. We got birds crazy shrieking about something, and then sea lions down there, and yeah. Let's go enjoy our, what are you having for lunch?
Subway.
She's having a Subway.
We're on a tiny island in Nowell Channel. It was an island that we decided we would see if we could camp on. It's not an official camping spot, but Jeff was smart enough to figure out we could put the tent on a ledge if it was flat enough. Seems like it's flat enough. We'll give it a try, and it should be high enough that we don't get washed out by high tide. Let's hope. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi.
And here's where we came in today. We came from over there, and we're on our way to the Poking Horns, but we decided it was too far. We had a lot of fog this morning, which made our journey very slow. And as we paddled past this little island, we saw there was a little channel. Again, the water was higher today because of high tide, but you can see we're fairly easily able to paddle in here. And I think tomorrow we'll be fairly easily able to get everything down back into the water. There's a canoe up there and all of our stuff. So, very beautiful place. And we saw a whale, or a couple of whales, breaching and feeding and spouting all day. And one of them even came right here. It was just amazing. Very beautiful spot. Not sure what the morning will bring. Hopefully not too much fog. Okay, good morning. We woke up to a pea soup fog this morning. As you can see, can't see very much, but we can see our little island and our tent over there. And last night the tide came up within inches of our tent. We were very lucky. There was water under the barrel. It wasn't floating, but the water came higher than the barrel. In all these little crevices, the water was flowing, and up to and beyond the bottom water barrel that's acting as an anchor. And here's low tide, so the water was way up here past that rock. Now it's way down there. There's the water. So we woke up to the sounds of a foghorn, and the whale's out there somewhere too. We heard him. We're not going to go anywhere for a little while.
Last night was quite the debacle, but we made it, and getting in, we have to wait until tide came at, what time's it now, 11:30?
5 to 11.
Because the tide was out too far, we couldn't get ourselves out, and the fog is terrible.
And the fog's clearing.
That's not a motorboat, those are sea lions. Driving us crazy. They didn't bother us last night, thank goodness. We were too far away, but they're loud. Welcome to Joe Cove. We left our little island campsite at about 11 o'clock, and by 1:30 we were here. After crossing Five Sound and getting a little bit lost in the fog, but figuring it out. And a wonderful shell beach. And it'll be low tide soon, and this will extend out much further. Our chairs are up. Our landing spot here. And Katie's in the kitchen making lunch. Here's our canoe put away. A little lunch thingy. What do you call this thing? A lunch table? Lunch counter? Yeah, look at those wonderful sandwiches coming. And I'll walk you up a path to the tent. A lot of tent sites here. Not all of them are very flat, but if you don't mind sliding down or sliding over, then they're great. Lovely big trees. Lovely forest. Quiet. This campsite is not on the Wild Coast map, but it is in the Marine Trails database. There we go.
Oh, and a big sea urchin.
Goodbye, Joe Cove.
There's lots of sea urchins and crabs and anemones and sea stars.
Blooming anemones.
Blooming anemones?
I don't think they're called blooming.
No.
There's something else.
Oh, so pretty. I don't want to step on stuff. Well, even though it's very low tide, I think this is one of the easiest loads to set off in the morning that we've had all trip. It's very flat, long clam beach. Bit of a walk, but not bad at all. Up there, and there is the campsite. Little wooden planks to put our stove on, kind of a kitchen, and lots of sights back up there in the tree. Very beautiful.
Looking up Trainer Passage toward Fife Sound, and now looking down Misty Passage. We are right there, Eden Island, Joe Cove. That was Trainer Passage. Head up to Misty Passage here. Birds like sitting on kelp. This is Arrow Passage. There goes one of those two. And maybe 20 minutes we'll be in Retreat Passage, heading south to Red Point at the edge of Blackney Passage. We're now in Spring Passage. We're about 15k into our day, about 10 kilometers more. The upside of today is that we're being pushed by a tide. Right now we're paddling, believe it or not, at 8 kilometers an hour, which is crazy fast. I'm happy at 5.5, and 6 is a great. And now we're moving at 8.4 kilometers an hour. We're going to pass Spring Passage. We're looking at Midsummer Island. We're going to go around Midsummer Island and head further south to the edge of Blackney Passage. The other upside of today is that although it's overcast, it makes navigating much, much easier. The sun's out. We're about 5k from our destination at Red Point. We just crossed the end of Night Inlet, so to speak. So we had 8 kilometers an hour at one point in the previous passage, and through night we had 3 to 4 kilometers an hour because of the tides and the currents. But now the sun's out, the fog is completely lifted. We had good visibility before, but now it's beautiful. Have a look around. Porpoise. Do you see him? And then over there's a seal, our first seal the whole trip. We're just going to try and pass through these two islets here. The drying area, which means that at low tide it's land. At high tide you can pass through. So we think we should be able to pass through here. Let's see if we make it. Are we going to make it through the drying area? So pretty in here.
So pretty. Put a tent there, Jeff.
A tent? Oh, we can put a tent there to dry. That grass there gets flooded. Be careful.
Okay, so slowly.
Oh.
I think
Just.
Get a little careful here. Yeah, we're good.
We made it. Alrighty. There you go. That works. We are flying through White Beach Passage. Over 8k an hour at the end of a 25 kilometer day, which is fantastic. Blue skies. In front of us is Blackney Passge, where the currents are crazy strong. And the orcas come down and cruise ships come down. And we're about to hit our campsite. There's a lot of current here.
Are you paddling?
I am paddling. Whoa! Wow, that was exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome to Blackney Passge.
That was a whitewater move.
We're here.
Yay! Happy to do that.
Today was a spectacular day in the Broughtons. We started at 8:20 this morning, launching our canoe. We traveled under a cloudy day, but good visibility, and we found our way down in 6 kilometers to Red Point. And we're sitting here at about 3 o'clock. The fog that was prevalent in the sound here finally lifted. We saw humpback whales in the sound here, traveling down into Blackney Passge, just off of Parson Point and between Little Hanson Island there. And then we saw sea lions just off the beacon in front of us. And then further in the distance in Johnstone Strait, we saw orca, a whole bunch of them. And for the next 2 hours, we watched at the same time orca traveling up Blackney Passge into Blackfish Sound. We saw humpback whales traveling down that way. And we saw sea lions over there, and even a couple of porpoises passed by the beach over here. We are so blessed to be here. Look at this. Look, unbelievable beauty we have here. This is incredible. And here comes a sea lion right towards me. Here he comes. We're getting pulled into Blackney Passge right now. All right. We're in Blackney Passge. We're about 10 minutes from Slack. And we're moving at 9 kilometers an hour. I'll go to the beacon. And we are crossing Johnstone Strait. This is about a 5-kilometer crossing. We're aiming for Kaikash Creek or thereabouts, and we'll head east and see where we want to camp for the night, or maybe watch some whale thingies.
Huh? What's a whale thingy?
A whale thingy is a big fish.
Oh, okay.
It's a really big fish. There's 2 kinds of them here, or more. We've only seen 2 kinds.
I don't think they're fish.
They're not fish. Well, they swim. They're fish. Yeah. The Kaikash forestry site, and we're about to take the canoe up out of the water. We are at the beacon just off Parson Bay, and we're looking at a bunch of sea lions. Apparently, orcas rubbed their bellies here last night.
Look forward to that.
Looking forward to seeing that if it happens.
Or maybe Jeff could rub his belly.
Maybe yeah. Here we go. We're going to carry the canoe up out of the water now. Put it way above the high tide mark, so it's safe and sound overnight. Yikes. Big one. Big lift. Careful.
Yep.
And there we go. Done.
Oh, you see his tail?
I did. Oh my goodness. I saw his mouth.
Cool. Can you zoom in with that?
I already have. Wow. This is a huge pod. From my perspective, anyway, it's a huge pod.
That boat's awfully close.
So what?
That boat is a little too close.
Is he?
Way too close.
Oh, they're heading up the Blackney Passage. Crossing the strait like the other ones did. Bye-bye.
So we're at our last campsite for the night. It's a forest campsite. It's really lovely, very special. And the most special thing about it is there's orcas right outside our door. He's so beautiful. We've seen a couple of them. Oh, he's just hanging about on the surface. Fishing. Lots of fishing here.
These seem to be a bunch of males, large males. Oh my goodness. We were having dinner and we heard this huge crashing sound from way out here. In a line of about 30 or 40 dolphins. There they are, right here. These are dolphins, white-sided dolphins. Oh my God. Wow. We're off. We did it. The last campsite, which is little Kaikash Forest Recreation Site. Phenomenal site. Had a picnic table. Had a composting, no-smell toilet. A toilet you can sit on. Oh my God. Luxury, especially with my system. Anyways, here we are. We're on the mainland of Vancouver Island. And we are in fog. That's okay. It's dead calm. We are moving for the next hour and a half with an ebb, right?